You survived the drop shot, you on the sheet bag, bitch.
15-year-old Aircell Whitney was crossing Greenfield at Eaton in northwest Detroit between 9:30 and 10 p.m. Saturday night. Tragically, he was hit by someone driving a burgundy van. That driver took off, and Aircell did not survive.
Come in with ShredGang, and is there any repair way that it can be repaired at any point?
There ain't really no problems. It's just some little fans of us, you know. Idols become rivals. They was fans, got mad, wanted to be our friends. We want to be their friends. That's all it was.
Detroit's gang culture has evolved into a dangerous mix of hybrid gangs, where Bloods, Crips, Gangster disciples, and Vice Lords blend affiliations for power and survival. Unlike traditional gang structures, these groups form unexpected alliances and rivalries, making the streets more unpredictable than ever. From 700 WaxGang and 44 Trey Mafia to BandGang, ShredGang, and 24 Cash Gang, these gangs operate across music, social media, and the streets, shaping the city's violent underworld. Loyalty isn't just about colors anymore, it's about the movement. This deep dive explores Detroit's most dangerous hybrid gangs, their alliances, conflicts, and growing influence.
Put him on Fox 2. Was 35-20, you ain't never had loot. Feel like Al Wu, know who first to shoot.
700 WaxGang, also known as Wax World or 700, is a gang primarily based around the 700 block of Longview, representing the 48213 zip code in Detroit. Their territory extends throughout Ravendale and East Davidson, with members repping multiple blocks, including 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, and 1000. While primarily affiliated with 82 Headbanger Bloods and 55 7 Mile Bloods, WaxGang is unique in that they also have some Crip members, particularly from fours who have aligned with them over time. The gang's name originates from their fallen member Wax, whose legacy continues to be a major influence on the group's identity. WaxGang has a complex web of alliances and rivalries. WaxGang first gained significant attention when their song Hen Dog went viral, largely due to the dance associated with it, which helped them gain national recognition. Despite ongoing gang tensions, law enforcement pressure, and shifting alliances, WaxGang continues to be a formidable presence in Detroit's gang landscape.
When I'm smoking my opponent, I say it's sex.
In the field, everybody slip, you might just take one. Show my son how to protect his sisters, go to play guns. We gotta get it, got smoke, stop this like Illuminati. That my ops got, hit they block and hopscotch. Pay attention when you shooting, don't do me like that. Tweaking like a plane crash, this shit tragic.
44 Trey Mafia is a Detroit-based gang that brings together members from Bloods, Vice Lords, and Skyline Pirus, all aligning under the 5. Additionally, some members have ties to Gangster disciples and Scony scams, making it a multi-affiliated set with a diverse structure. The gang is part of DWBI, Don't Worry About It, a larger blood alliance operating throughout Detroit. The set takes its name from a fallen member, Trey, who was allegedly set up and deleted. Originally, 44 Trey Mafia started as a breakaway faction of Scony Scams, Skyline Pirus, and TOB, but as they grew in numbers and influence, they solidified themselves as an independent gang with a strong presence in the city. While their primary affiliations are with Bloods and Vice Lords, some members maintain GD ties, making their network unique among Detroit street gangs. The set has also made an impact on Detroit's rap scene, with notable artists like Diddy and the Big Homie representing 44 Trey Mafia and using their music to amplify the gang's presence in the streets. Despite ongoing conflicts and law enforcement pressure, 44 Trey Mafia continues to expand its influence and remain a recognized force in Detroit's gang culture.
Thank you. The man who opened fire in Greektown last summer, killing another young man, apologized to his victim's family in court today, but not before that family had a lot to say.
Denzel Talbert is only 22, but a snap decision last summer in Greektown resulted in a death, and now he's going to spend the next 17 years in prison. Last June, Talbert went to Greektown with friends to have a good time. So did Martell Taylor. He was just 18. A fight ensued. Prosecutors say Talbert ran after Taylor and his friends, firing his gun, shooting Taylor to death. and wounding another man. Security camera footage shows Talbert in what looks like he's celebrating his actions. The shooting shocked Greektown and the city. Taylor's family says it forever ruined their family. Legal limits mean just 17 years in prison for Talbert, who apologized to the Taylor family.
I hope you can forgive me, and I will continue to pray for your family. I hope the Lord will lead you and guide you in the right directions with your hearts.
Well, he was a rising star in Detroit's rap community and starting to get some national attention as well.
Aaron Mays, better known as Jizzle P, was shot in last night while sitting in a car on Detroit's West Side. Defender Sean Lay spoke to his mother today, and Sean joins us live with more. Sean?
Just a difficult conversation. You're talking about Aaron Mays, the son and loved by so many in his family and neighborhood. Then Jizzle P, his nickname as a rapper, packed with talent. Really a star on the rise. His mom tells me she was right there when someone ran up and shot him to death. Can you imagine watching your own son die? Seneca Mays walked out of her home on Detroit's West Side at 8:15 last night. Her son, 25-year-old Aaron Mays, was sitting in a car, the two of them cracking jokes, when someone ran up, firing so many shots at Mays. His mother says she couldn't see the suspect's face. There was so much muzzle flash from the gun.
Road day and night, taking long trips.
Aaron Mays was well known in Detroit, a rising star in the rap industry known as Jizzle P. Kenny Valentino with Hot 107.5 says when someone like Jizzle P works hard and starts to make it and then is targeted like this, it hurts the young people that look up to him.
The chop and the Glock. Lost dot, said Marco to a shot. Do my gon' float me on top. Came from the hood, the gangster shit don't stop. And I'm all through narcos. I see the popo, and I see the narcs though. I heard you toe. Your heart go.
Like, y'all don't get no cool points for Jizzle, bro. Jizzle wasn't trying to be in no beef. Y'all don't get no cool points. Y'all ain't try to pull a move on nobody who really doing something. So, what's going on?
AJ was not a Glock boy. That nigga was definitely BandGang.
BandGang and ShredGang are two closely connected groups operating on Detroit's West Side, primarily around 6 Mile and Fenkell and Hubble. While they remain distinct entities, they share deep affiliations, with BGSG serving as a unifying clique between the two. BandGang, also known as BMBG, Big Money BandGang, and formerly known as NPR JackBoys, has strong ties to Leisure, L Block, and TTO. They are known for their street presence as well as their major influence on Detroit's rap scene, often credited with pioneering the modern Detroit rap sound. While most BandGang members align under 5, they also maintain strong affiliations with blood sets in California, including Inglewood Family Gangster Bloods, Neighborhood Pirus, and Campanella Park Family Gangster Bloods. Their influence extends beyond Detroit streets, merging the worlds of music and street politics. ShredGang, on the other hand, holds down Fenkell and Hubble and operates under the Shred BGSG umbrella, maintaining close ties with BandGang while also establishing their own reputation in both the streets and the rap industry. Together, BandGang and ShredGang represent a dominant force in Detroit street culture, balancing a high-profile rap career with deeply rooted street connections.
The teen was crossing the street last night when he was struck, and tonight it's a vigil with family and friends, remembering the boy who lived a life filled with sadness. 15-year-old Earcell Whitney was crossing Greenfield at Eaton in northwest Detroit between 9:30 and 10 p.m. Saturday night. Tragically, he was hit by someone driving a burgundy van. That driver took off, and Earcell did not survive. The young man lived a life of tragedy in his young 15 years. His mother was murdered along with her boyfriend. The family says that case remains unsolved. Earcell has 4 siblings who are now grieving the loss of their beloved brother.
SellGang, also known as ShamGang or ValleyWay, in honor of fallen member Valley, is a Detroit-based gang with deep ties to the Nines Alliance. Originally founded as SellGang, named after their deceased member Sell, the group later evolved into ShamGang while also adopting the alias CMW, Cash Main Way, to honor another fallen member, Maine. Their primary territory is Sussex and Fenkell on Detroit's west side. The Nines Alliance was formed by SellGang, but has since expanded to include Murderville, LTK, and 928, representing Cell's birthday, 928. Members commonly refer to themselves as 9-Way or simply 9, often using the villain's moniker and the Purple Heart symbol. While most members are Bloods or Blood affiliated, some Crips also claim 9, making it a unique alliance in Detroit's gang landscape. Despite its internal divisions and rivalries, SellGang, Murderville, and the broader Nines movement continue to maintain a presence in Detroit streets and online culture. Whether their legacy will be solidified through retaliation, music, or influence remains uncertain, but their impact on Detroit's gang landscape is undeniable. 32HSG, also known as Headshot Gang, is a primarily Blood-affiliated clique based in Detroit's 48227 zip code, with some members also claiming 7 Mile. The name 3227 is derived from the 32 they rep and the 227 from their zip code, though they are most commonly referred to as 32 or HSG. Within their ranks, younger members operate under the name Tank Mafia or Tank Mafia family, though they remain part of the broader 32 movement. While HSG is under 5 and drops 4s, some TMF members still throw up 4s in honor of Tank, showing a slight variation in their affiliations. The gang also goes by TreyGang and G-Way, with TreyGang serving as a tribute to a fallen member named Trey. While 32HSG is predominantly Blood, there are rumors of Crip members within their ranks, making their internal structure more diverse than it initially appears. Most members wave the Blood flag, but a notable number also rep orange, setting them apart from other Blood sets in the city. Despite internal differences, 32HSG and TMF continue to hold their ground in Detroit's gang scene, balancing past affiliations, rivalries, and street influence as they navigate the ever-changing dynamics of the city streets. 24 Cash Gang, also known as FWC, BeltGang, and Sharks, is a Crip-dominated clique with affiliations to Rollin 60s neighborhood Crips, some Gangster disciples, and some Bounty Hunter Bloods. They primarily operate in Inkster, Parkside Apartments, 8th Street, Renaissance Estates in Ecorse, Taylor, Heritage Glen Townhomes, and parts of Detroit. The gang represents 24 and 392 for FWC, which stands for Fam with Cash, and often associates with Sharks as their symbol. Additionally, they use the BeltGang name to reflect their unity and territorial ties. 24 Cash Gang originated as a branch of Starlife, but eventually grew in influence, establishing a stronghold in Ecorse. Additionally, their younger generation in Ecorse goes by 30. Members of 24 Cash Gang frequently throw up 4s to represent 24 and 8th Street, while their enemies use a hand sign that involves 2 fingers down on one hand and 4 on the other as a form of disrespect. While many early members of CG were known for their basketball skills, their reputation quickly shifted toward gang-related activities, gaining notoriety through conflicts and a high body count with little retaliation against them. However, in recent years, law enforcement crackdowns and legal troubles have diminished their street presence to some extent. Despite these challenges, 24 Cash Gang remains active and influential, with sub-cliques like 72 Slimebelt continuing to operate under their umbrella. Whether through alliances, conflicts, or street influence, the Sharks of 24 continue to leave their mark on Detroit's gang culture. Franchise is a breakaway set that originated from 22 Band Crew and is composed of members from Band Crew, TMCNE, BTB, and Cash Gang. While maintaining ties to these groups, Franchise has established itself as an independent clique, with a structure that revolves around Baby Smooth, who is often seen as its central figure. The group primarily operates out of 7 Mile, with some members also hailing from Dexter Avenue. While relatively new compared to its parent sets, Franchise continues to grow, carving out its own identity while remaining connected to the larger street movements shaping Detroit's gang culture.
Man, you survived the drop shot, you on the shit, man. Niggas
they don't know about thugging. In the booth for 10 20, while I bitches got a nigga big thugging. Bitch, I made 60 last month off them punches.
TMC, Too Much Cash, and CNE Cash Never Ends are two closely linked Detroit street cliques that merged to form TMCNE, standing for Too Much Cash Never Ends. They are also known as 30 Boys, with one leader, two leaders representing their younger members. The 30 Boys name is also associated with a rap group within TMC, further solidifying their presence in both the streets and music. Some members have affiliations with Rolling 40s and Rolling 60s Crips, broadening their network beyond Detroit. Although TMC's numbers have declined over time, they remain one of the city's older cliques with deep street history. Some members also have ties to Skyline Pirus, further expanding their network. While their dominance has fluctuated over the years, TMCNE continues to hold relevance in Detroit's gang landscape, balancing alliances, music influence, and street presence as they navigate ongoing conflicts and shifting dynamics. 9000 Roadrunner GlockBoyz is a Detroit-based clique primarily centered around Joy Road and Press, though they have had a presence on the East Side and in Highland Park, HP. While many of their members are now tied to Joy Road, some were originally from the East Side, which is one of the reasons behind their long-standing beef with State Mafia boys. The gang has gone through multiple evolutions, with several members originally repping other cliques before transitioning into GlockBoyz. Notably, figures like Rondé and Greg were previously part of FEG Hotheads, while others came from Paid Fam before ultimately aligning under the GlockBoyz 9K umbrella. RRGB also frequently uses 7742 to represent their movement. The group has seen tragedy with the loss of one of their key rappers, Alwu, whose death remains a significant moment in their history. Despite this, 9000 GlockBoyz continues to maintain a presence in Detroit's gang culture, with music and street influence keeping their name alive.
Affiliates of the Omerta Boys and Purple Heart, specifically alleged gun crimes by 23-year-old Trayvon Mathis, who got out of prison in 2021 for assault with intent to do great bodily harm and gun charges. Vanderplow says Mathis is once again in the gun game and hiding in plain sight, posting photos of himself with guns on Instagram, even using the word trigger in his handle and taunting in a screenshot of a video rapping to the camera, quote, "The feds are coming." Well, they did.
As we pull up here, it will be very noise discipline will be adhered to. It will be relatively quiet. You will see getting 25 individuals up to a door, how quiet they can be.
We rode along as the team in unison heads to the house off Prevost near Margarita on Detroit's West Side, each agent carrying about $30,000 worth of equipment to keep them safe, and yes, the suspects too.
PBF is a 7-mile based clique with deep affiliations to the 7-mile Rolling 60s Crips, some Vice Lord, and 82 Headbanger Bloods. They primarily operate around 7 Mile and Southfield and 7 Mile and Greenfield, maintaining a strong presence in Detroit's gang scene. Over time, PBF and 4 Life started calling themselves the Purple Heart Vets, a name that represents their history and loyalty. Although they have some ties to Band Crew, they aren't fully part of the movement. Instead, they maintain a closer alliance with Omerta Boys, with whom they are clicked up. The older generation of members, who were more closely tied to 7 Mile, once went by ShredGang in honor of Skirf, but that name is mostly used by the original members. Another alias they've used is Hood Stars, and at one point, they had a significant Joy Road presence as well. The original PBF members were indicted in the 22 Band Crew case, but more recently, the newer generation, the Purple Heart Vets, also faced an indictment, highlighting the ongoing law enforcement pressure on their movement. Despite these setbacks, PBF and the Purple Heart Vets remain an active force in Detroit street politics, adapting to the ever-changing dynamics of 7 Mile and beyond. With shifting alliances and increasing law enforcement pressure, Detroit's hybrid gangs continue to evolve. What started as territorial disputes has turned into a culture of power, betrayal, and violence, fueled by music, social media, and real-life street wars. As the city cracks down on gangs with RICO cases and indictments, the future of these hybrid crews remains uncertain. Will they adapt and survive, or will the streets take them under? One thing is clear, Detroit's gang landscape has changed forever, and the story isn't over.